Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this episode of Market Square. My name is Phineas Emmanuel. I'm the CEO of Antropee. And with me today, I'm with a coconut head, and we're about to fight, guys.
Hi, my name is Valerie Vishne. I'm a marketing executive and the coconut head in question.
Guys, I believe, right, that irrespective of how you move as a marketer, as a sales rep, certain things are important to the organization, which is how much money are you able to bring in, and if you manage an account, how many of this account are you able to retain? To a great extent, intentions know the cook beans. You actually need to go through certain processes to make sure that certain success are achieved. Now, Valerie is about to argue a little bit against that. Is it a little bit or more than that?
First of all, I'd like to state that when you set up a podcast against your CEO, is there really a choice in who
This
wins
this
this
this this
battle?
is a safe space. You can talk as much as you want to talk.
He says as the 25th approaches swiftly.
Hmm.
But I completely, while I understand where you're coming from,
Thank you.
and you must always look at your bottom line, I'd like to argue that it is not for lack of trying.
Okay.
And at what point do we say your trial should be applauded or rewarded? Now, case in point, might I bring to you, my dear audience? I remember that there was a campaign that you did
Right.
for a period of time,
Right.
and you and I know
Right.
that sometimes campaigns don't yield results in
Right.
real time.
Right.
Sometimes it could be a 2 year situation, it could be
Right.
a multiple. Do you understand?
Right.
In this particular scenario, there was a campaign you did,
Mm-hmm.
and I argue that not a single sale was directly made from that campaign. It
Right.
was great in act, like it was an excellent campaign, brilliantly executed, creatively
My argument
directed.
with this is
Yes,
in this company, as far as I'm concerned,
mm,
I'm the dullest person.
you should be the dullest person.
Exactly. So if you right now, the reason why you exist is because you are smarter than I am.
If you're the dullest person, why are we having this conversation right now? Like, why are you even trying to? Why are you
Because
trying to
in
question
the
my?
in the
If I say to you that,
yes,
if I say to you that
yes.
trying is enough, why you as a dullard, might I say,
Because in the
should you be
end,
talking to
certain
me?
things then become measurable.
Okay.
Like, irrespective of what's trying, we still need results. Because no matter how you want to argue things with people, no matter how you want to argue things, in the end, it's result. If, for instance, you
Yeah.
say, "Oh, I want to talk about Man United," but I don't, but we can bring Man U to this table and see how much of effort don't necessarily mean success. At the end of the league, did you win or did you not win? My guy was able to make this one. Oh, Onana just had a little bit of malaria. That's why, bro.
You
But
you know
people are
you know
winning.
you
I have a question for you. I have a
yes.
question for you. One other question. One thing I remove is if this was given to somebody else, is there a possibility that it would have succeeded?
When we stretch possibilities, and this is always the conversation when people
Right.
whenever people bring up possibilities,
Right.
when you stretch possibilities, there's always, you can give it to the best person and they will
Mm-hmm.
execute it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can equally give it to someone amazing and they would not execute it.
But result is still result.
And I the in the conversation of target,
Mm-hmm.
it's very interesting
Mm-hmm.
because um can be up and down,
Fact.
right?
Fact.
So for instance, I have a monthly target of 10 million naira,
Right.
and in 3 months
Mm-hmm.
I haven't closed
Mm-hmm.
10 million,
Right.
right? I haven't reached my target. Not to say I haven't closed. I'm
Right.
closing a little
Right.
bit, but
Right.
10 million, we're
Right.
not saying it, right? Personally from me. Now, in month 5,
Mm-hmm.
I closed a 200 million naira
Right.
contract. Next month, I am still going to be judged for not making 10 million.
Guys.
Do you understand how
I
ridiculous it
understand.
is
See, I
that
understand. See, that's why.
my
That's why.
all that compounded effort has
Yes.
come to the 5th month, and now I've nabbed this client, and we have 200. Nab sounds like such a bad word, but I've caught this client, and now we're at 200 million. But next month, the conversation is still going to be, hey, Valerie, you're at 7 million naira. Your target's supposed to be 10 million naira. What's going on?
Personally,
Like,
if I'm
is the
if
200 not supposed to
no,
spill in
if I'm
somewhere?
if I'm to go into this same conversation you just have, I feel like any sensible CEO or business lead that is aware that okay, maybe after a little dry spell, you brought in a lot of money. I'm sure there's still a level of grace that they will still extend to you. Let me give you this in football term, guys. Right? Man U is living on past glory. That's why they still have fans. Oh, there was a time this team used to be something. Oh, there was a time this team used to be something. The new fans right now, just like cash flow, they don't know what
And
Man
it
U
is
used to
the
be.
hope, but it is the hope for the club that keeps it going. Do you understand that?
Do
It
you-
is the hope. If we lost hope, right?
Yes.
If this was a conversation of
Mm,
never delivering,
okay.
right?
Okay.
That's a completely
Let
different
me ask
thing.
you one question, right? Let's assume we swap seats for a minute. Do you want to swap? Okay, let's not swap seats.
That
What
would be
would you do?
nice. Yes.
What would you do? Like if you know that, oh, the last time your top performer, now this, which is even annoying, especially if you have to consider it in terms of like say top performer, because this is your model to your TZ, right? So this is your model, and you are realizing that wow, the last time this performer had a hot single was like 3 years ago. Like everything is getting a little bit cold, right? And then you have to hold someone accountable. I don't know if you get where me I'm coming from. Eventually, you have to say,
Can I answer my question?
yes, answer your question.
Death to capitalism. Embrace communism. Equal rights for everybody.
Listen, listen. We talk about the videography, for instance,
Okay.
right? The videographer gets to come up with say ideas, and they execute these ideas. It don't matter if he stayed the whole night executing, if he spent a whole week executing. If by the time he delivers this material, we are unhappy with the material, we said, "Hi, Alpha, we don't like the color grading on this video. We don't like the pace of this video."
I feel like then leadership style comes into play
No,
because
what? Let you be the leader.
yes,
Let
so
Alpha be
so
handling your
so
account.
so my conversation then becomes
Yes,
with the videographer.
yes,
You spent all this time making this effort. Let's
yes.
go back, let's examine the time spent. Because if
Mm.
the end result
Mhm.
does not equal the time spent, there's a
Mhm.
disconnect somewhere.
Good.
Do you understand? So we have to, my conversation is not the end. Well, what the heck is this end result? What the heck is this end result? That's not my conversation. My
Of
conversation
course.
is let's go back in time. All this time spent when you what did you do on Monday? What did you do on Tuesday? Could you have tweaked it differently to do
Noted.
this?
Again, this is still another case of intentions, which is the videographer spending so long. We get whatever is happening on the back end, but at the end of it, what was delivered? We get that, oh yeah, I mean, for videography, which is one of the grades, mind you, I'm also a salesperson, just like yourself, right? Which is one of the grades that don't get extended to sales, right? Marketing. Because the videographer, oh, we don't like this one. Maybe you swap it this way and it might be good. But we as salespeople, a little more on your end. A client that you've lost, you might have lost them for good, right? Or maybe because your price point versus the value doesn't align, or maybe you assign the wrong value to them to say,
Can
oh,
I
maybe
ask in turn,
yes.
at what point at what point does the conversation become
Mm-hmm,
certain products are no longer viable? For instance, I
mm-hmm,
remember there was a time that we had a particular product that we had rolled out
mm-hmm,
and it wasn't performing as well. It
mm-hmm,
wasn't a bad product,
mm-hmm.
but perhaps in the time that we had rolled it out, and yet that was what I was going into the market with.
Saying that
Do you
it's not
do you
viable.
understand? Like I was entering the market offering this product to
Great.
people,
Now,
and people were like,
nah.
nah.
But again, that's feedback to tell you that something is wrong. And if something is wrong, you as the marketing exec, as a sales rep, as a sales representative, business developer, basically, you're supposed to understand what part of what stage is this product at in the market. For your own case now, is if we're telling people come buy Antropee and they said no, these guys are maybe too futuristic or too behind or whatever the reason is, you are supposed to fix that. Either by telling the company, guys, I believe that if we change X, Y, Z, and we get this result, and then they blame you for it. Can you take the responsibility of that? Can you take the responsibility of that, bro?
How do I fix the entire framework? I like guys, back me up here.
Yes.
How do you fix the entire framework of a
You drop
company on
suggestion
another
to your.
person's?
Okay,
Exactly.
okay, go
And
on.
still, my suggestions would just be intentions. And it's still not cooking beans. So at the end of the day,
Okay.
my at when we're doing our MPR,
Yes.
it now becomes Valerie dropped this suggestion. This is it. But what is the crux of this? The
Okay,
crux of this month is that
let's swap it. Let's swap it.
I
Let's
don't
swap
know
it.
why we keep swapping
Right?
it. You can
Because
never be
wait,
at this
wait,
end of
wait,
the
wait.
stick.
Let's swap it, right? Let's swap it. What would you then qualify as success for a sales rep? What would you call success? We know that the videographer, the final product, is success. Is the product good? Can it do what it's supposed to do? Is it fast paced? Is it slow paced? The mood board to execution, the whole creative, right? It goes where we say, yes, that's great. For now, a sales rep, a marketer, what do you then call
My
success?
combination is effort plus results,
Effort plus
as
result.
opposed to just results.
Okay, so are we then saying, this is just me trying to conclude this, by the way, right? The videographer, can we then say that their own too can be effort plus result?
Yes, that's how again, this is me
I do not,
and my leadership
I'm
style.
not going to end this
And
podcast in
probably
peace.
never going
I
to
would never
agree.
end it,
And
right?
I won't hear the end
We
of
need to
this.
box.
Mhm.
Damian, we're
Mhm.
not paying Valerie this month.
And you've heard it here.
Okay, so to wrap up this episode, I, as the CEO, still believe that while we tend to commend effort, intentions don't used to cook beans. Result is still result. The CEOs of most businesses would back this up. When it comes to time to say you are paying salaries or you are doing staff welfare, you don't tell them, well, guys, I thought about you guys today. Unfortunately, I just can't pay. But I did make efforts though, right? But I can't pay because again, your KPI is, are we able to like scale up this business from where it is today to somewhere in the future? Because these are people donating their lives to you. So why nobody can hold you to say, oh, let's applaud the effort of our CEO in building. A success is success, failure is failure. So I still stand with the point that salespeople still need to drive result, tangible result. Anything other than that doesn't work for me. Over to you, Valerie.
I'm so
Open us
glad
here.
that the conversation kind of hovered around salary. Anyone who works in sales will agree that your base is just your base and the bulk of your earnings comes from your commissions.
Which is fascinating.
Meaning, if at the end of the month I haven't made sales, I'm not eating as good as I want to. So the idea that my effort should not mean anything and you still have to pay me commissions, I still did work for the company. And again, that work can materialize in years to come. So the idea that my results now translates to every other thing I've been doing, I feel like is wrong. And it's not fair to individuals who go out of their limb, out of their way for their companies at various intervals. Thank you. I've been Valerie Vishna, the coconut head of this company.
So you can have
See you again another time.